here I am at the airport this morning, and my intention was to go and take an early morning flight to watch the sunrise. But this is the conditions that we're dealing with here. As you can see, we got a foggy morning. You can see the lights over at the FBO. You can actually still see the moon up high, so we know it's not a real thick layer. So we're still sitting here on the ramp. You can see it's cleared some, and still a low layer of fog. You can actually see the sky up above it. Not a very thick layer at all. But you know, looking at our flight here, you can see where we're at, and there's several IFR only locations around. We're also on the edge, very boundary of an IFR hazard area in flight. So we're going to give it a little bit longer, take a few more minutes, take a look at it again, and try to make a decision. It'll clear up. It's going to be 100 degrees today. That's why we were trying to fly early, but unfortunately that's not working out.
Alright, so weather finally cleared a little bit. You probably can't tell from the windshield because it's still got quite a bit of fog on it. Clearing on your side anyway. We just went through our checklist. Just went through a run-up as well. Everything looks good. We're getting everything turned on, and we'll be ready to go in just a moment. Alright, so we're going to speed things up a little bit. There's nothing real particularly interesting on the takeoff. You can see that the weather had cleared a pretty good bit from where we had originally started. We're VFR at this point at the departing airport. What you're going to see, and what I really want to draw attention to, is the speed at which the area that you're flying over can change. You can see here we're pretty VFR, really clear. Once we get up in the air, which you're going to see here pretty rapidly, initially you're going to see kind of a broken layer of fog where you can see the trees, the ground, any obstacles that may be present. But if you'll remember back to that hazard area that we looked at on flight and the proximity that we were to an IFR hazard, you'll see quickly how accurate that was. You can see now that we're still looking at the ground. You can still see the fields, trees, and then off in the distance you can see that fog. Rapidly, you know, we're talking about 2-3 minutes into the flight, we're over a pretty dense layer of fog. That layer of fog is going to continue with us for the entire flight. We're taking what's an approximate 15-minute flight and condensing it down here so we can look at it. What you're going to see here in a few minutes is us get ready to make a descent down into the airport that we're going to come to, with the intent to get some fuel to take another trip. That quickly changed. Realized we weren't going to be able to get down at that airport. Had to make some decisions there and decide that we needed to divert and go to another facility to get some fuel. You'll see us, you know, we kind of fly around a little bit. I actually have some commentary that I'm capturing on the video, but there ended up being so much footage that I took it out, condensed it down, and wanted to bring attention to the decisions and the situation that I was presented with and what we ended up having to do to remain safe. I'll let you kind of just watch and enjoy the view here for a few minutes. you can see us here. Well, we're flying back northbound, or basically northbound. You can see we're heading east right now, but we'll turn back north here in a moment to go back and set up for another approach into the airport to see if it cleared any. It had not. We made an approach here. We're going to make another approach after that, and the entire time we're setting up on at this at this airport, there's only RNAV approaches, so we load those in the GPS just as an additional layer of caution, or an additional tool in our toolbox. But the fog ended up never clearing enough to make that that landing there. So we stayed above it. I think it was the safest decision to make. I do think it was the right decision at the time. But I can see it was tempting, very tempting to try to make that landing, try to get down and think you're better than what you are. Cheap fuel is tempting. Get there at us. Wanted to make a flight down to a coastal location to spend a couple hours there enjoying the water and then come back home. That wasn't in the cards for this day. You can see us. We'll make a couple more approaches, and we'll pretty much call it at this facility, and we'll depart the area, make an attempt to fly to another local airport to refuel. Because at this point in time, not concerned about fuel, but it is starting to at least be on my mind. Not an issue yet, but I am starting to
clear.
consider.
Temperature 24, 2.23, altimeter 3016. Visual approach runway 1418 to use. No airman. Taxiway hotel is work in progress. Markings are non-standard. Multiple cranes within a half-mile north of control tower, aero below 200 feet AGL. Advise on initial contact, you have information uniform.
All right, so at this point, we've had 3 no-go approaches at our original destination airport. We've attempted an approach at an airport on the way to a larger facility that has the capability for an ILS approach, has radar services, and also is reporting VFR. Wanted to at least, pass over the airport that we were going to go to. Didn't work out. If you look, we're heading into the other facility now. You can see kind of on the very bottom left of my windscreen, just a moment ago was actually the top of a tower, almost about 400 feet tall. So that's about how thick that layer of fog was. And we'll proceed on here, and you'll catch glimpses of audio as we go on. But from here on out, it'll just be a normal approach into Mobile downtown. It is reporting VFR, and you can see that layer of fog has lifted or has lifted in that area, and we're able to make a VFR approach into the field there and actually refuel. So enjoy. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll turn you back over to the regular audio.
So 62901, runway 14, taxi hotel Alpha 1. 5580 sir, Mike, turn right taxiway Kilo. Taxi parking this frequency Kilo Alpha Hotel.
Right turn Kilo Alpha Hotel this frequency. 8 Sierra Mike.
Over 62901, have your information when you're ready. Over 62901, maintain VFR at below 1,800. Departure freaks 118.5. Squawk 4562.
Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button if you'd like to see more content. Do try to put this out on a periodic basis. So again, thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe.